Hello everyone, welcome back to this new course, CPU cooling. This is the part 2 of this course, which is a mesh generation in Ansys Meshing. In the first part 1, we generate our geometry in the SpaceClaim. As you can see, in the first lesson, actually, you learned how we can generate and create the sketch, and based on that sketch, we extrude and generate our 3D model. So in the previous session, actually, I show you how we can define our boundary condition and our actually domains in the SpaceClaim, as you can see here in this design tree. And finally, you learned how we can use the option in SpaceClaim for the shared topology. So in this tutorial, I will go back to Ansys Workbench and open the Ansys Meshing. So I will double click on the Ansys Meshing tools, and as you can see, the meshing software is starting to be open. Okay, so now we are in the Ansys Meshing software here. As you can see, our geometry successfully imported to this part. As you can see, it has been imported here, and you can check your components here, CPU, fin, and fluid. We have defined these ones in the SpaceClaim, and if you go to the name selection, so you will see all the three zones here, and also all boundary conditions are showing here. If you didn't define a SpaceClaim, you can define simply here in the Ansys Meshing as well. So in order to generate your first mesh, you first select mesh here in the project outline tree. So I can simply click here, and you will see some details of the mesh here. Then after selecting the mesh under this default, as you can see here, we have an option element order. So I can just simply click here and select the program control. So when you choose the program control, Ansys Meshing automatically chooses the appropriate option based on your type of analysis. Like here, it's a CFD inside the Fluent, or a structural thermal analysis. Your geometry type, like is it a solid or 2D surface or something, and also the solver requirements. So I will select this program control here. Then I will select the element size, and I will put 1.5 E-4 meter here. This is a first guess. It needs to be confirmed or satisfied later on in the grid independent test when you do the CFD simulation. So for now, I will keep 1.5 E-4 meter for the element size. Then I can go to the sizing, and here you have the maximum size. I will put here 5E-3 meter, 5E-3 meter. You can simply click anywhere in Ansys Meshing. So actually this option allows large mesh in the sweep direction, in this direction, where the gradients are very slow in this simulation in this direction. So this will help us to have a bigger mesh in this direction. Now I'm going to define some setting for our surface mesh here. So to do so, first of all, I will go here and click the face selection. There are some options here. As you can see, it's a vertex selection. Here is for edge, face, and finally for the body selection. So in this case, I'm going to select 3 faces here. So I will press on this part. Then I will select 3 faces here in the XY plane. You can just simply move your screen with the mouse, or you just can simply click here, so you have access to this view. Then you can select one and then hold the control key and select the other two. So now you have select actually 3 faces, as you can see here. Then I can just simply right click on the mesh here. Then there are some options here, and then I will select the face meshing. So here I will choose this face meshing for this 3 faces here. As you can see, 3 face will be selected under the geometry for this face meshing. Then I will keep the other default options here. Then after that, you should go to this volume or body selection. So I will select this body selection and then select this 3 body here that we have first here, and then hold the control key, select second and third body here. So you will see all the bodies have been selected here. Then I will go to the mesh again, right click and insert the method. Then under this method I will go and select the sweep. So it means that the mesh on these 3 surface will be swept in this Z direction. Then here I will go to the source or target selection and then change this one to the manual source, as you can see here. Or you can also use the automatic one, but here I will use the manual source. Then as you can see, this field has been yellow, so you need to select your source. So you can click here, change this selection will be changed to the face. So then you can select simply this 3 as your source, for example, and then press on apply. So 3 faces has been selected for the source, and the target will be controlled by the program itself. Then here I will go to the actually type of this meshing, and instead of number of division I will select the element size. Then here you need to put your sweeping element size. In this case I'm going to select 1 millimeter, so it is 1 e minus 3 meter. Then so it is 1 millimeter in the sweep direction. So this value actually provide a coarse mesh in the Z direction. But since the thermal gradient are expected to be low in this direction, it can provide a good enough resolution, at least for the first simulation. But in contrast with this one, so the value of 1.5 e minus 4 meter for the resolution that we select before here in the mesh option, for actually the thermal boundary layer, as I said before, specified here, might not be enough, since there will be large gradient in the XY direction, the XY plane actually. Then you can simply click on the generate button here, or right click on the mesh and then generate the mesh. So you can do both with the both method. So I will right click and then use the generate mesh. So you should now have a structured mesh similar to this one, as you can see here. So I can do zoom in. Maybe I can use this arrows and then zoom in here, and then you can see the mesh. I can zoom here, as I discussed before in the SpaceClaim. So we use the shared topology. So as you can see, the mesh in each zone has connected to each other. So that's the result of the shared topology coming from the actually SpaceClaim. So that is actually very important into the SpaceClaim to select all of these 3 body and use the share topology for all the geometry. So if you didn't select your boundary condition and also your zone in the SpaceClaim, so it will be time for defining the name selection here. But in this course and in this tutorial, we have defined all of our zones and boundary condition in a SpaceClaim, as you can see here. So now I will use this button, zoom to fit, and then I can rotate it like this one. And again zoom to fit. So actually when you mark any of the selection here, it gets highlighted on the graphic display window like this. This is solid CPU. Then you can find which one is related to which zone or surface. So this is our inlet, outlet, and we have actually two outlets, and then our walls and also symmetry zone area. So now if you go one more time in the workbench, you will see you need to update your mesh and send your generated mesh here and then finally to the Fluent. So to do so, you can just right click here and then press on the update. So you will get a successfully message here. The mesh transition to the Fluent was successful. So now if I go here, you will see we have our mesh here. So now I can close this actually ANSYS Meshing and then save the project. So after saving the project, we can finish the part 2 of this course, and in the next lesson we can go to the ANSYS Fluent and then set up our CFD with the ANSYS Fluent. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next part of this course.